Oh man, come on, give glory to Jesus. Isn't he good? He's so good. He's so good. And I love what he's doing throughout the world and the nation. We were in pre-service prayer, which almost took a life of its own. We almost didn't come into service. And, and because the Lord was just manifesting his glory in there. And I just said to the team, I said, this is the wave that God is doing throughout the world and the nation. We're just paddling because we see it coming and we want to catch it. And our church is paddling to catch the next wave of God throughout the world. And that's what we're doing. We're not a special church in per se that God's only moving here. He's moving all over the world. It's just the ones who are willing to catch the wave. That's what we're doing, right? So there's so many things that we have scheduled for today. And I'm like, Jesus, this isn't the best time to do extended worship. But you know what? He knows what to do. So you guys can hang in there with us. Of course, this is offering time. Betty, our finance manager, is probably wanting me to do a little bit more than this. But I just want to say, we just thank you for your giving, your serving, everything that you do, not just monetary, but that goes into what God's doing in this church, because we want to see Albuquerque saved, and he's got a great plan for it, and I can't wait to show and share all of that. And one of the best things, I don't know if you were here a few weeks ago, but God had told us that he wanted to rebaptize his church, and he told us to put a pool out in front, and he just said, I will meet the people's hunger with my power in the pool. And so we didn't know, we thought it was the weirdest thing. Of course, this wasn't normal. We didn't have time to tell everybody, so we just bought 100 towels. We bought 60 gym shorts and dark t-shirts, and just said, if we run out, you're gonna have to use your clothes, whatever you want to do. And people came, and I was nervous. I thought nobody would come, but 72 people came for different reasons, and just were being baptized. And we don't have tons of time, but I just want to highlight one of the testimonies. If Keith Tilley could come up. Keith, I don't know if you're ready, but you're ready in season and out. Now, you can use these steps if you'd like, or those steps. But Keith, just to give you some background, Keith had severe long-term COVID symptoms, so debilitating that he's missed tons of work, the majority of the year, wouldn't you say? Well, he'll give you his testimony, and you just got to hear what God did.
Glory to his name. Give you guys a little bit of a background. 2020 in the fall, I came down with COVID, had a pretty bad case. First part of 21, took the jabs. A couple months after that, I started having just uncontrollable, debilitating migraines. So much of that from April of 21 through the end of 21, I missed over 130 days of work. And I realized how bad that was when I got my W-2, and it was half of what I normally make. Continue fast forwarding to the end of the summer of 22. By this time, I had every medication, rescue migraine medications, shots. I had 6 rounds of Botox. Nothing was happening. Just about every member of the staff in this church has prayed for me. And I was beginning to get discouraged. And to add on top of that, early fall, started getting very dizzy and vertigo, uncontrolled, to add on top of that. Towards the end of the fall, early winter, was in the hospital for 4 days. 4 different doctors have examined me. I've been diagnosed with 2 different types of neurological disorders. Basically, they said, there's not really anything we can do. I was really getting discouraged. By this time, don't judge me, I'd gone on to medicinal cannabis for the pain. It would help somewhat. I ate too much, but other than that, year comes around, I'm still trusting God, and I'm really discouraged, about ready to give up. And 2 weeks prior to the baptismal service, I was in the house for 2 weeks straight, basically the curtain shut, migraines, vertigo, could do nothing, basically sleep all day. The morning of the baptismal service, I was reading my Bible and praying, and while I was laid back praying, I had the vision. And right here was a pool of water like an oasis, and there was a river flowing down, or a stream flowing down through the church. And a voice spoke to me and said, I want you to jump in. And not only do I want you to jump in, I want you, just like Nahum, I want you to dip 7 times for your healing. So Paul was leaving about the time I was coming up, and I ran it by Paul, and Paul said, yes, you tell them that I said it's okay.
First he gets to the church and he sees a baptismal pool. He's like, what is going on? And then he heard me come up and say, this is what the Lord told me.
I actually thought it was left over for some of the youth that hadn't been baptized, so I had no clue. So when he announced it, I sat there and wrestled with it. Like, no, I'll do it next time. No, I'm not going up there and doing that. But anyway, I gave in. Long story short, didn't feel anything. Just came up out of the water, gave God glory. Have not had a migraine since. I've had 2 bad days with vertigo, and that was because of the really bad fronts that we had to come through with all the high winds. It was whistling in my ears. There was nothing there catching, so it was whistling through. But and you've been to the gym every day? Yes, I've been to the gym. Ask Sean, where you at? Been to the gym for 2 weeks now. I'm giving him glory because the doctor said there's no hope. There's nothing else we could do. I'd given up. And then, as a confirmation, one of the doctors was trying to reach out to a specialist at Texas Tech and get me an appointment scheduled. So she had all the paperwork sent in. She said, give them a call. They're going to set you up. A call for the appointment. And the doctor said, I'm sorry, we've denied your referral. We're too busy. And I said, no, I know why. I don't need to go and waste money staying in a hotel and doctor's visits. I give him glory. I give him glory. Come on. Give him praise, not me. Jesus. Give him praise. I have not allowed a day to go by that I have not shared that testimony and told others how much Jesus loves them. I can't stop. Ask my wife. I can't shut up about it. But anyway, he gets the glory, not me. It's all to him.
What better offering time than a testimony? Come on. So good. If you're part of our community, there's different ways to give.